Welcome to the show. I'm Kathy Ireland. Within the next few years, 75% of businesses plan to move to the cloud, while advances in AI, IoT, and digital user experience are redefining how companies are run and how people interact with new products and services. All these changes require expertise to navigate. Luv Tulsidas, CEO of Techolution, joins us today to talk about how his company powers businesses for the new digital economy. Welcome, Luv.
Thank you, Kathy.
Now, can you tell us what is the current state of cloud computing for most businesses?
Kathy, I gotta tell you, the cloud computing business right now is overcast. 20% of businesses to date have moved their business operations to the cloud. What that means is 80% of them have not transformed to the cloud yet. And that is going to be an interesting and long journey, because in order to compete in the new digital economy, they will have to move to the cloud. That's step one out of multiple steps to be competitive.
And how does Techolution help get businesses' computing systems where they need to be?
So we have very deep experience in the space, having done this for many years for large and startup companies across different industries. So it's a lot of knowledge, battle scars, and we've built systems around the process. So we spend a lot of time understanding our clients' specific problem, because in this industry there are many solutions, there are many different ways of getting to the cloud, and it's not one size fits all. So we spend a lot of time partnering with our customers to build a strategy, build a plan to help them succeed.
Great. Luv, can you tell us about your Techolution mission?
What we do as a company, we help our customers go from reactive to proactive and predictive with the power of the cloud and AI. Ultimately, the mission of the company is very personal. Technology is changing the world faster than we've ever seen before. And in some ways it's exciting, but also having kids, there are some negative aspects of the technology evolution, and we don't really know how it's going to end up, right? Some people believe that technology will control humans, will put us out of a job, but that does not have to be the way that it is. So our mission is, being where we are at the heart of this, is to be able to build innovation and technology for ourselves and our customers that will leave a better world for our kids so they can live more meaningful lives with the help of technology.
Techolution was born from working in enterprises. So I spent most of my career working in an enterprise, and a couple other people in the company did as well. A lot of the leadership did. And we saw, the interactions that the consulting companies have with the enterprise and how it's really broken. So, what we really try to do is strive to, disrupt that model a lot. Consulting companies come in and their really goal is to get as many hours as they can in billable hours, and really try to take over the company and make sure that, you can't live without them. Whereas that's not our model, that's not what we do. We want to come in there and we want to help empower the company. We want to help teach them about their own technology and their own business processes, and really set them up to be successful with whatever they're trying to do. I mean, they own their own business process, and we know the technology well, which they don't, so we can come in and bridge that gap. And that really was what separates us from the rest of the companies out there.
So Techolution has a great CX practice. We've been doing this since we started, but we've been maturing that practice. And one of the clients we had was a large international online retailer for fashion. They had a lot of problems. They came to us. We were able to double their conversion and double their revenue within 1 year. And that was a $1 billion company. So these are large numbers with large impact.
And what other problems do you solve for your customers?
So cloud being right now the most important problem that customers are focusing on in this journey of digital transformation, because it's the foundation, right? But also they want to ultimately serve their customers better so that they can improve their top line and bottom line. So we help customers with that user experience, delivering what I like to call wow user experience. And also on the back end, we're seeing a new trend. The last few decades was about human beings being connected on the internet and transacting and communicating with each other on the internet. What we're seeing now, it's our things, hence Internet of Things coming online. And with 5G and the cloud, that's becoming very much possible. So we help customers with that IoT journey as it relates to the cloud, but also with all of this data now coming on the cloud, it can lead to paralysis. It's very noisy. So how do you make sense out of that so you can get proactive and predictive? That's where AI comes into play. So we are doing some work in that space. But in the end, right now, everything kind of revolves around the cloud.
Right. Luv, can you talk about some of the products that you've developed for businesses?
Yeah, so we have for example, some of the largest banks in the world. We've helped them modernize their digital banking platform. And step one of that journey was to set up a cloud solution so that it can move faster and build better user experiences for their customers. And with large banks and big enterprises like that, it's not just about moving to the cloud, it's about governance, compliance, how you make it secure. We also have retailers, very large retailers, where we've helped through the transformation journey. We've helped them double their online business and become a lot more profitable. And we also have a few startups that we enjoy working with. One of them is called IP Cypress. We helped design their product strategy and built out the product, where today they've launched a IP marketplace to bring buyers and sellers to exchange IP online.
Congratulations on all of that. Can you talk about some of the other innovations that you're working on?
Yeah, so we actually have a thriving innovation lab at Techolution. We give our engineers a lot of freedom to come up with new ideas, and we fund those innovation in our labs. And right now there's one that kind of, if I may call it, graduated from the lab, and it's going on to be its own company, its own product that we're going to be launching. It's called Face Open, and perhaps you'll invite me back on the show to talk about that. Just a high-level glimpse of what it is we're determined to change the human experience with doors and locks. No more keys, no more badges, no more smart apps. It's completely touchless, where your face and some really powerful AI that we've built will open doors for you in the future.
Wow, that sounds extraordinary. Can you talk about your global innovation center in India and why this is such an exciting development?
Majority of our customers are here in the United States, and some of them in Asia, which is a rapidly growing market. So we have a really deep talent pool here in the United States, but also we're in an industry where there's a lot more demand than supply of good talent. So we very early on recognized that we needed to go into markets like India, Singapore, Indonesia, Mauritius, which is where I'm from originally, it's in Africa, to harness the global talent pool so that we can deliver the best innovation that can be offered to customers and grow very rapidly in the process.
Techolution has grown 2x every year, and there's a reason. It's because we care, we involve ourselves with our client, we become a part of their family, we make sure that we have as much stake in their success as we have in us being successful. We are all invested in this same company. We're all giving everything we have to be successful. And we know that we can't do it alone. We know we depend upon each other. We make it fun for our employees, but we also let them know that they're empowered to make change. They're empowered to have a voice, and that brings a great culture to Techolution.
Techolution is very different than other consulting firms. A lot of big firms come in and their sole purpose is to take over. They try to get as many billable hours as they can and really force you so that you're stuck with them. That's really not our goal and our objective. We want to try to get companies educated in their own with their own business processes on whatever technology they're struggling with, and try to get them spun up so that they can take over their own processes at the end of the day.
Luv, can you share an example of a time when you solved a unique problem for a client?
Yes. So we have a client that builds very high-end machinery for their customers in the retail space, and they wanted us to connect their machinery in real time to the cloud and apply some AI to help their customers prevent outages, because outages can be very costly. And in going down that path, we discovered that there were many components of the technology that needed to come together that just didn't exist. Nobody had solved it. And in the process, we were inventing new technologies, new solutions to make this product work for our customer.
Luv, what are some of the biggest challenges that businesses face in digital economy?
So, interestingly, in my opinion, having seen many of these transformations happen towards the digital economy, the challenge is not really the technology. There's so much to be done to get there, and it costs a lot of money. It's very intense. I think the biggest challenge that we find customers face is prioritizing, picking the right battle at the right time. And that's what differentiates the winners from the losers.
Luv, how does the pressure from innovative startups, how does that threaten more established companies?
You know, it's a very unfair battle. It's so much easier in 2020 to start up a new company. It's a lot more cost effective with the cloud and so on and so forth. However, big businesses by nature, just because they're big, they cannot just turn on a dime and innovate and change their entire business overnight. But the startups, they have no choice but to do that, to bring something new to the market, and they don't have all that baggage. So by nature, they have to disrupt, and that makes it very interesting from an innovation perspective, and that's why things are moving faster than ever.
Luv, can you tell us about the Internet of Things and how you help companies harness its power?
You know, the Internet of Things have actually been around for a long time. You know, the piece that was missing, so we've had sensors in the world that were monitoring our assets for a long time. What's making it very interesting, and it's going through a breakout point at this time, is because of 5G. Devices, these sensors, these devices are becoming a lot more cost effective, as well as the cloud. So we're seeing an acceleration in businesses wanting and being able to afford to monitor their assets in real time. So in that journey though, monitoring assets in real time in some ways can be as noisy as social media can be, right? Just at a much larger volume, because there are a lot more devices and assets than people. So this is where AI becomes very important to make sense out of all that noise, to be able to be proactive.
Luv, how about digital customer experience? How do you help businesses ensure their products and services are optimized from a user experience standpoint?
So digital, for most businesses now, is the first touch point with a customer. So that first impression is extremely important. And for many businesses, that is how you do business with them. So we, having done this for many years, we've developed a process that looks at the data, understands your customers from a data-centric perspective, and then we apply best practices, because there are best practices that evolve over time. We keep track of that. But most importantly, the missing piece that helps make a business unique is that founder's passion. So we bring all the three together to deliver a unique and powerful solution for customers.
Luv, what does the future hold for Techolution and its customers?
You know, the past 5 years was really about finding our place as a business, as a new business in this world. We've built a great body of work. We have refined our business model. The next 5 years is about about scaling for us. It's also about building a brand at a global level that will be recognized and admired. But most importantly, to do real meaningful and impactful world in our area of expertise, which is innovative technology, that will leave a better world for our kids.
What is most exciting to you about this work?
It's the last one. It's the fact that it's a very exciting time to be in this space, and what the end game looks like in 5 to 10 years, I think is up in the air, and it's up to people like us to impact that change in a positive way, because technology can, as many people are worried about, control our future, replace us, or it can enhance our lives so we can live more longer lives, first of all, that's the trend, but also meaningful lives.
Right. Well, Luv, thank you so much for explaining how Techolution helps businesses leap into the digital future with cutting-edge technology. And please do
Thank
come
you.
back.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you. And thank you for watching. I'm Kathy Ireland.